Alright, timestamp. It is July 30th, 2026. It's about 4 a.m. Somewhere in there. I'm going to be going to bed here pretty soon. Boiling some eggs. Once I am done with that operation, I'm going to bed. Didn't get a lot done today. Honestly, mostly I was done a lot of little stuff done. Kind of that whole nagging little projects that you put on hold, cleaning out the junk drawer kind of stuff. Sam, can you move so I can... Not really? Okay. My camera's being weird. Being very weird. Yeah, I mean, Pix and I this morning doing another thing that I've been putting off doing because it's tedious. Just kind of went over. I gotta show you this first. It's nothing major. It just made me chuckle. So if you know, you know. One of the things that I sold that I'm packaging to send out tomorrow for eBay. I sold a couple Doctor Who figures. There's a David Tennant and the Master, the John Saxon Master. And because I reuse boxes and stuff, I already stripped the old label off. This is something somebody sent to me, reusing. The print on there just about made me chuckle. I wrote the green in case the person peels the label off. Maybe they'll get a kick out of it too. But it says, "This is a set, do not separate." So, Master, the Doctor, I was just like, especially with that storyline. If you know, you know. And I put an arrow and wrote irony. I can hear the drums. So I saw that and got a giggle out of it because I need professional help. Really, it's the main reason, I think. Pix and I were just trying to get on the same page as far as getting a plan together, because we got stuff we got to deal with. Without a doubt. Slide. So I'm going to be going through my pew-pews. These are all Final Faction. These guys, the Dollar Tree figures. Going through, and I kind of separated out one of each different type, a couple of my favorite figures, whatnot, and I'm setting up a small box. It's kind of going to be the ones that are more accessible for play. Then I'm going to have a couple of the big pink toads that are going to be like all the rest of it. So, oi, you gonna be okay there? Dog whines all day long. But I've got some of the Pew Pew kits that I've gotten, which that's a good problem to have. I've gotten a lot over the years. So I want to kind of try and figure out what I've got and put together a bucket for those. That makes sense. Probably does. I hope so. Gosh darn it, I try so hard. Oh my God, did I try? And then I've got some, this is all mixed up is the thing. Like, there are these guys, which these are mainly for the Synthoids, I think, but you can put them on about anybody. post fits in the back, and it gives them like little eye stock pew-pews or something that go over the shoulder. I can put one on one of these guys. No, it's too big. No, it's gonna be, yeah, it's too big. It's made for the Synthoids, which are the ones that have like the one hand and then the kind of bladey arm, the big almost pyramid head kind of thing going on. It's kind of cool. I think it might work for one of the other figures too. Maybe not. Just looked up there and I've got it on one of my Synthoids. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, see, you're going to lay right under me and whine? Excellent. This dog. He's not my dog. He's Pix's dog. So, that guy. That's a Synthoid. And I put a couple of eye stocky things. Man, I really need you to move. He like lays around my stool to where I can't actually stand next to it. Mount, dismount. It's quite annoying. He's a nice dog, but he's not mine. It's so weird because he's like hanging out with me, like smothering me. And he's back from outer space. And Acorn has been like sleeping in front of the bedroom door where Pix is pretty much camped out. It's the weirdest damn thing. Is this like Freaky Friday? What's going on? Yeah, I've got a bunch of these. These are neat, but I don't like them as much. And I seem to have a million of them. Almost looks to me, if it weren't like asymmetric, it almost looks like a Romulan ship to me. So yeah, just doing a whole bunch of the weird project-y things that I've been putting off. I'm boiling eggs right now. We're supposed to go to Aldi tomorrow. Nothing major, we're not going crazy. But okay, I have an owl in there, I'm not sure why. I know what I got you in. At one point, Target had, they still do, they have that like $1 section up front. And they had bags of like woodland animals. And I picked them up because I thought they'd be good for like gaming and crafting. And multicolor, and I like owls, and I was like, hey, yeah, cool. So, I'm not sure why he's in here with the pew-pews and all that, but that's kind of curious. They migrate, right? Between the bucket and bag, and already got a bunch of them in. I've got some that aren't even Final Faction, but they're like big scale, so I had pulled them to use with. Yeah, I've got way too many of these. I will not be keeping all these with my command group. It's just excessive. Okay, yeah, like that. That's not Final Faction. I don't even know what that is. It's a launcher of some sort. Is that a button up top? Yep. That is a button. Launches projectile. That is to one of the Wreck-It Ralph avatars from the action figures. They can't, yeah, I got a bunch. That may be a Shadow or a RoboCop pew-pew. I'm not sure. I have stuff. Years of my own more selective hoarding. my hoarding at least has a purpose to it. Here's a bunch of small blades and pew-pews and a moon rock, because why not? I think that's a Micronaut head. Said there was some Micronauts around here somewhere. I wonder if that would fit on... No, because they're post. I was going to say if I could put a Micronaut head on one of their bodies, it'd be funny. It's post, though, and that's a post, so it's all very Adam and Steve at that point. And that's not... I'm not picking on the rainbow community on that. That's just kind of... From an action figure standpoint, that really won't work. I'm pro-rainbow. I am an ally. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good enough. But I pulled some small containers and whatnot, so I can kind of make something work here. Just in packing that smaller tote, I can keep the toys that I'm more likely to play with immediately for like diorama and other stuff handy. Put all that in there because I can. I'm going to load all these guys in here because good God. And we'll move on to the next one. So yeah, going to go to Aldi in the morning. Creamer, eggs, milk, bread. The basics. I might do a Dollar Tree run for some popcorn too. Gotta go to the post office, drop off a couple packages. I mean, I don't have to. I can put them in the mailbox, but I prefer to drop them off if I can. Just to make sure there's no shenanigans. Hey, Russ. But yeah, some of the ones that came in the 3-pack or 4-pack, really good looking. Oi! And that's good looking right there. I like it. But I don't need, 30 or 40 of them with what I'm doing. I'll pull 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that, to the baggie, which I put over here. Of course I did. So I know what I'm doing. I've been thinking more and more about the offer on the house. And counting 10 a lot. I think that is a Peter Parker camera. Pretty sure. But yeah, that was part of our conversation this morning, was the idea of, oh no you didn't. We're both pretty pissed about it. Being told that somebody's serious about wanting something and then them making an unserious offer is like, no. Now I'm annoyed. Do 10 of these. It's pretty cool looking too, right? I wish that when they did the Toxic poisonous release for the Karn. I wish they had done the fluorescent green. I wish they had reissued the Pew Pew pack in the fluorescent green, but they did not. That would have been pretty sexy. And what I mean by that is, like the drone, which is my favorite design. I love these guys. Just absolutely schmexy. Got one of the Romulan starships, and he's holding, this is the poisonous variety, the black with the green, which is a fabulous look. But with all of the toxic, poisonous or toxic? I think it's poisonous. With all the poisonous ones that they made, they basically re-released the entire series of at least the Karn, because that's the whole point, is it's another phase of them. And they all have the black and green going on instead of the like gray with blue and purple. Got the Brute. That's one of the... They reissued the weapons in a bright green, which... cool. So some of these other ones came from... It's like a 3 or a 4 pack of... Actually 3 or 4. I was just talking about this the other night. Those come in the blue and the purple, but they didn't reissue like a poisonous weapon pack and do them all in green. But like the drone just comes with a little rather interesting looking pistol-y pew pew. This is original, this is the poisonous. It's the same exact mold, but they use a very different color plastic, and it's very cool. I mean, I love the original, but that's pretty cool too. But they didn't do it with, you know, and obviously, like, because I think that is the Brute's. Yeah, that is the pew pew that comes with the Brutes. That's the poisonous version. That's the original. It's kind of a dark gray, charcoal gray, which is pretty cool. But again, the green's cool too. So I've got a few of the drone handguns here, which is swell. Some of the Brute. Which, that is fine. I think that's about everybody. Yeah, that'll work. And I'll put the baggie that I'm not going to put with my bucket. I'll put that with the main tote. Because I'm going to have 2 totes. One is probably going to be the vehicles, accessory packs, and then the other one will be big baggies of my bulk figures. That's the running theory. Then I may use a small Tupperware kind of thing for some of the different appendages that can fit on their backs. Some really neat ideas, some neat sculpts. Again, I wish they had continued. Exactly. Do those in that, which suits me just fine. And that's not all the different ones they did. There's more. And as I find them, I'll probably add them to this, because why wouldn't I? Oh, that's cracked. Sadness. And I've got all kinds of other weapons and stuff that I will put in this other small container. The Avatar sign, I'm not sure what that's doing in there. Peter Parker's camera, don't know. The Micronaut head I'm going to leave in there just because it's funny. Moonrock from, this may be one of the Matchbox sets. Like from like Armageddon or something. I don't know. the other random weapons I'll put in there and keep with them too, because that's fun. They're all probably extras of something, or they wouldn't have made it there. Kids. Yeah, talking about you. Oh, I really don't know why the owl made it there. It's a very strange thing to find in there. I am confused. And I'm pretty sure that's from a Peter Parker figure. It's actually a pretty good little. It's probably too small to have like a Marvel maker mark on it. I usually won't do it with something like that. Unless it's on the band. That would make sense, right? Go fish. Okay. Worst case scenario, I could Google Lens it, which is a very neat app if you haven't tried that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there's little avatar figures that come along with some of the Ralph Breaks the Internet figures that they did. And these things like plug in the head of the little avatar, little ordinary people avatar figures. So, and each one has like different emojis on it, whatnot. It's kind of fun. I don't know why it's in with that stuff, but it's very strange. But yeah, I sold a couple of Doctor Who figures. I sold a Assassin's Creed figure that I had gotten in a random lot. And I sold some. I used to be obsessed with these, with the little like erasers back in the 70s, and yeah, really the 70s. I was a kid. They're like little animal erasers and stuff. And I'm keeping a couple here and there. I've got some like monster ones and spaceship ones that I'm keeping, but a lot of my like critter ones. I used to get them at the school bookstore. The school bookstore had these in a giant bucket on the counter. You could buy them for $0.25, and I used to. Some of my milk money went to them. These are obviously, you know, old and dirty and all that, because these are, oh good lord, from the 70s for sure. They're collectible. Like, it's a cow. They came in all different colors and whatnot. But I had, honestly, I had hundreds of them. A donkey. See if you've got a year or anything on you. No. But I just sold a lot of 6 of these for like $8. Is that 76? Not sure. These are pretty much from the late 70s. Little pig. So I gotta package these and get these out. This is actually something we retrieved from George. I'm so glad I checked before we went, just to see if I had any sales. I saw that this had happened. I was like, ooh, I need to pull this out. Because anything that I listed from before, this has been on eBay for probably a couple years, just kind of relisting. So some of my actual eBay product is still at George. The Doctor Who figures, the Assassin's Creed, that I have here. Because it's something I've done in the past year, you know. So I was able to, I checked before we left, and I'm like, ooh, I need to pull that. Someone would like that. And they paid me, so it would be the right thing to do, you know. That's kind of how this works. You pay me, I give you something. Like a house, for instance. If you were to offer me... Yeah, don't tell me you're serious and then give me an unserious offer, man. That's just... It's annoying. I don't know if you think that I'm desperate or if you think I'm a fool. I'm not sure which it is, but either way, I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with it. So, but we've got a plan going forward. If he's playing chicken with me, cool. You know what my lowest is. If you call me and say, you know what, I reconsidered, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Groovy. Then I know it was pretty much just like a bargaining, haggling ploy. If you don't call me back, at that point, you were trying to be offensive or patronizing or, whatever. And in a year and a half when we're done, you can pay $350 if you want it that bad. Otherwise, I will sell it for the $350. I will. And I kind of hope you don't buy it. In fact, if this is where your brain is on the situation, I hope that whoever buys it, it's their starter home. It was my starter home. I bought it in 97, 98. I got in right before the housing industry exploded negatively. I got lucky. It wasn't anything that, I need to get a house right now because the market's going to crash. I was trying to prove to a girl that I was serious about settling down. That was the whole point of it. I was tired of renting because renting can suck. And the girl I was seeing was not sure if I was serious about committing, settling down and all that. I had a reputation for being a bit of a player, even though it wasn't necessarily it wasn't accurately earned. There were absolutely reasons for the appearance, but it wasn't accurate. And there was a person or two whispering in her ear that that's who I was, which we don't talk to them anymore. We haven't talked to them in a long time. Because even after we got together, they still tried to break us up like 2 or 3 times. Not because she was interested in me or she was interested in her, just, I think, to do it. I don't have the energy for that. Then or now. So. And she apparently has tried to reach out over the past, 10 years, and I can't be bothered. I've had other people tell me, oh, she's changed, and it's like, cool, good for her. She can make new friends then. She's not going to make an old one. No. I'm forgiving. I'm a very forgiving guy. I give people way too many chances, usually. She had 5 or 6 chances. You're done. You're done. My best friend growing up, same kind of thing. And I heard that he's trying to get back in touch with me too. He burned me once in a minor sort of way and 2 in a major sort of way. I'm going to kind of pose the am I the asshole here. If you're running a business and it's doing well, but it's not thriving, it's growing, but you're still struggling to keep it afloat, whatnot, you know what I mean? It's successful in its way, but it's not, you're not retiring anytime soon. You know what I mean? You've got it moving in the right direction, but every day is still a challenge. And your best friend behind your back starts planning to open a competing business and starts trying to poach your employees? Is this still best friend potential? Or is this someone that you basically say, you know what, get out of my life? So, when you attempt to compete with me in my livelihood, in something that, that I'm basically like 6 years in to trying to build, and you try and poach my employees and or open a competing business, I don't think we can be friends. If you're a random stranger and you're opening a business, cool, man. When you're someone I've known since I was 7, and when I confront you with it, you say, well, I mean, you're confusing business and friendship. My personal thoughts on that is, an actual friend wouldn't even think about doing that. Wouldn't even think about it. The closest a friend would do would be, hey man, you've got a shop in Bradenton. I'm thinking about opening a shop, but I'm not going to open it in the same town. I'm not even going to be 20 miles away from you. His shop was going to be like 5 miles away. Maybe 10 at most. And you may not know the geography, but I'm thinking about opening a shop in Clearwater. So I'm not going to be a direct competition because we're like an hour away from each other. 40 minutes if you floor it. But we could coordinate on events and we'd be like sister shops. Because you're my best friend, I'm your best friend. We could actually coordinate and like create something. I don't need money from you, you don't need money from me, we're going to be independent, but we could still plan some stuff and work together on some stuff. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I love the idea of having an ally like that. That could be cool. What he tried? Especially when I had 2 employees come to me and go, yeah, he actually approached me and said that he wanted me to come run his games for him, to walk away from here and join him in his project. I don't think I'm the asshole here for not talking to him really after that. Nope. We are done. Seem reasonable? I don't know. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. That's for you, Pam. It's for you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Because I should pull the eggs. I'm going to ice them. Yeah. Then we'll have 15 hard-boiled eggs in the hopper. I've been holding off doing that. The last 5 eggs got eaten today, and I'm like, but we're going to Aldi tomorrow, so I'm gonna get 4 dozen. Boil some more, and then we've got eggs for frying and bacon. Yeah. I know it's been a while, but I can't tell you how glad I am they're not $8 a dozen anymore. Oh my God. We didn't really do eggs for a while. Every now and then, when they dropped down to $6 a gallon, I'd get a dozen. Make a really big breakfast for everybody, and that was luxury food. How stupid is that? Something that should be as plentiful as eggs. And I understand them hiking the price because bird flu and all that, but then apparently they kept the price high long after the crisis was over. Because people were still buying their products, so We'll take our time dropping the price. Ease people into good times again. We don't want there to be a big shock. Right. Ease society back into it. Some people call that being dirty. Must be why a lawsuit happened. Or 6. Anyway. People. You know what? I like to make money too, but not if I'm putting a footprint on somebody's skull. You know? I don't get it. Hey, it reminds me of my best friend. We were just talking about that. So anyway, it's a little bit more about me. And it's all about me. Yeah. And your stories are all about you. That's how this works. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to play with my eggs. You gotta be careful what you say that. I'm going to attach some shipping labels to an Assassin's Creed figure and some Doctor Who figures. I'm going to prep some erasers to go out. Yes, I am. And I'm going to go take a nap with some Billy Piper and Christopher Eccleston on the TV. Yep. I'm very happy the Blu-ray series, the Series 1 Doctor Who, they actually have a play all feature, so you can play like all 4 or 6 episodes, and it doesn't just like play one episode then go back to a title screen and vamp. I wish they would all do that in their design, in their programming. Don't make me go back 3 menu selections to change episodes. To give me a play all feature, even if it's only on the main screen. Give me a play all that I can actually play like both episodes or all 4 episodes or whatever. I've got so many DVDs and Blu-rays where it's, you know, there will be 4 episodes of something. Star Trek does this too, and it really kind of annoys me. It's going to be like 4 episodes on a disc, and I can't play all and just go through all 4 episodes. Each one has its own title screen that you gotta. It's like, you know, some people aren't just going to watch one episode and then, you know, like, dissect it and have a lecture series on it. They actually just want to watch Star Trek and, like, you know, let me play all 4 different episodes. You know what I mean? I feel like that could have been workshopped a little better. Let's see. So... I think so. Anyway, so hug your parents, hug your kids, work your list, make a list. When you're shopping, make a list. Otherwise, everything goes in the cart. And I mean everything goes in the cart. If you're trying to watch what you're doing, make a list. Just dad wisdom. Been here. Make it a great day.